kept it. All right. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming to class. We're going to work on a couple of different things today. Couple things being both shoulders and hips and legs. If you happen to have it, grab a second strap. And the second strap doesn't have to be as long as the first strap. It can be a belt, it can be a tie, it can be a rope. But one of the things we're going to do is use a second strap for one thing. And then take your normal, if you have it, yoga strap. And if you can, put it in a loop and keep the loop very long. And we're going to, unless I forget, we're going to come back to this in a little while. And just have both of those straps nearby and come on down to your back. So I'm going to sit up just so I can read something, but come on down to your back. Feel free to put a blanket or a pillow underneath your head, especially if your upper back is a bit rounded or a little rounded, and you find that when you lay down, your chin really lifts up to get your head on the floor. And have one strap near you where you can get to it um, while we're laying down. All right, so get comfortable, everybody. Not too comfortable. Don't fall asleep, but feel your back body on the mat. Maybe put one hand at the low belly and the other hand at the mid or upper belly, just to start to tap into your breathing. And as you inhale and exhale, just feel the movement of the hands, the movement of your breath. And I've read this one before, but it's been a long time, and it just felt really pertinent this morning. It says, and this is from Rumi, and it says, your hand opens and closes, opens and closes. If it were always a fist or always stretched open, you would be paralyzed. Your deepest presence is in every small contracting and expanding. The two is beautifully balanced and coordinated as bird wings. And I love that because sometimes I give myself grief for contracting, for wanting to protect or close up my heart or close down my feelings because I feel like maybe I can't take it one more moment. And then I think, well, what kind of person, yogi, human being am I if I'm contracting here? But it is part of the process, right? Just like from spring to summer to fall to winter, nature contracts and expands, and so do we, and so do our emotions, our physical state. Sometimes we need more rest, sometimes we need more energy. So think of that as we do our practice today of that contracting and expanding and starting that thinking with the breath. Just feel yourself breathing as you inhale, expanding, and as you exhale, contracting. Softening the shoulders down to the floor. If your legs are straight, go ahead and bend the knees and allow your feet to come to the floor. And once you've done that, just kind of get a sense of your spine, where your spine is in relation to the floor. Is your lower back completely flat, or is there a soft curve there? Do you feel the space behind the neck, but not too much, right? The chin pretty level. Maybe you feel the arches, the inner arches of the feet. And as those arches lift, the feet ground more. There is balance there. And the breath, it just moves in, moves out. We take it in and then we release it. Good. Few more breaths right here. And if your hands are still at your belly, release your hands and either go to cactus arms. That is not going to work for everybody. So either cactus arms or the arms are straight out to the sides. And if that doesn't work for some reason, just keep them down lower, down more in a diagonal. But if you can, allow the arms to rest in cactus. The backs of the hands are on the floor, the chest rising just a little bit from this position. The head is neutral. Take a nice deep breath here. And on the exhale, flatten your lower back to the floor. So you're going to curl your pelvis. You're really going to tuck and flatten it. And then inhale, release it. You can arch a little bit more if you would like. Exhale, contracting, pressing the back body into the floor. Good. 3 more just like that. Inhale. Exhale, press to the floor, flatten the lower back, lift that tailbone toward the back of the knees. And 2 more. Belly button presses in. Last one. Exhale, curl, 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 tuck it in. And then release to neutral. Notice that again. So I want you to do that again, but we're going to add just a little idea or a little movement to that. As you flatten the back, I want you to press the lower ribs down toward the belly button. So it's a downward movement of the ribs moving toward the floor. So let's inhale, a little bit of an arch. Exhale, curl. And then focus on those low ribs. So we're moving into the mid back here. Good. Inhale, release. Exhale, flatten the lower back. Move to those low ribs, press them down. And just one more here. Inhale. Exhale, press it down. And release it. Yep. Release those arms, just shake them out, especially if you were in cactus that whole time. And then take those hands behind your head, a soft interlace here, just making a little pillow for your head. The elbows go out to the sides. Hopefully those elbows are resting on the floor. Inhale and arch of the back. The hips are staying down the whole time. Exhale, curl the low back, curl the ribs down. Hold here, lift your head off the floor. Don't pull on your head neck. Just reach and then slowly lower the head. Release the back. Inhale. Exhale, curl everything down. Ribs down, head lifts. Don't pull on your head, just lift and lower. Relax. Inhale, one more. Exhale, press it all back. Lift the head. Find your breath, everybody. And release, fully release those arms. Ooh, and breathe. Good. Straighten your right leg on the floor. Right leg straightens to the floor. Your left arm goes overhead. Watch the shoulder here. If you have shoulder pain, go to cactus arms. Find a spot that feels good. Your palm is face up. Back of your hand is on the floor. Trying to move my little water out of the way. And breathe. Now, inhale, big deep breath. Exhale, press the ribs down to the floor. Your low back may not flatten. You've got your right leg straight and your left arm straight. Good. Release. Inhale, little arch. Exhale, flatten. Optional, lift your right leg. Keep, not, sorry, not all the way. I saw one leg go flying, just a couple of inches off the floor. You can keep that leg lifted. Inhale, little arch. Exhale, press it all down. Lift the left arm a couple of inches. So you've got your right arm, your left arm, right leg, left arm lifted. Press the low back into the floor. Press the ribs down. Yes, this is core work. And release it off. Whew. Good. Bend your right knee, put that foot on the floor, lower your left arm. That should feel pretty good. Straighten the left leg. Take the right arm overhead. So cross body work and core work, right? So all really important to a solid core, a stable core. Your left hand is just relaxing. Your right or your left leg is straight. Here we go. So inhale, arch. Exhale, just press it all down. Bring the ribs down, bring the belly down, keep everything else where it is. Try not to lift your head, neck, and release. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press low back and low ribs down. Lift the left leg. Hold. Press into the right foot. Keep that left leg lifted just a couple inches off the floor. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press it all down. Maybe lift the right arm, left leg, right arm. Breathe. Keep the head neutral. And release. Everybody bend your left knee. Feet to the floor. Release your right arm. Everybody's good. Plant those feet on the floor. Come to robot arms. So the back of your upper arms from elbow to shoulder on the floor. I want you to press those shoulders down. Yep, press the back of the shoulders down. Feel how the chest lifts. Now, press just a little harder. Watch the back of the neck and the jaw. Try not to tighten. I know this is slow work to start. Breathe, press the back of the arms. Keep pressing. So working with the back body a little bit, and then lengthen the tailbone to flatten the lower back. So getting the whole back body working. Pick those hips up off the floor, lift into bridge pose. Press the back of the arms into the floor. Don't overpress. Don't make anything hurt. Press into your feet. Draw the heels of your feet back isometrically. Now we have hamstrings, shoulders working, glutes working, everybody. And slowly, slowly, slowly lower down. If your hamstrings cramp, take a moment, just straighten those legs, let the hammies go, and then bend those knees again, put the feet on the floor. Two more just like that. First, it's the shoulders. So press the shoulders straight back. Start to feel the engagement at the back body. Start to lengthen the tailbone so that the low back flattens to the floor, and then push into the feet. Lift the hips, lengthen the tailbone, and then I invite you to pull the heels back to get those hamstrings going. Find your breath, everybody. You don't have to lift really hard. See if you want to lift a little bit more. If you do, awesome. If you don't, awesome again. Breathe, press into the feet, and slowly, slowly lower all the way down. Whew. One more. Slow work today, working with both upper body and hips, glutes. So press the shoulders back. If all you do is stay there with the hips down, that's wonderful. We're working on that upper back, working on the upper back curve. Your arms are in robot, so press the back of the arms into your mat. Start to lengthen the tailbone, flatten the lower back, flatten the ribs, and then lift the hips as if those glute muscles and the hamstring muscles were knitted together, right? They're working together. Draw the heels back isometrically. Find your length here. One, you're here. Two, you're done. Come on out. 3, take those hands underneath your hips, interlace the hips, pressing the pinky side to the floor as you lift up a little higher. Bridge pose, a high bridge pose already today. Big deep breath. Open the front of the body, engage the back of the body, everybody. If your hands are interlaced, release, put them back to robot, and then lower all the way down. Nice job. Bring your knees to your chest and just rock side to side. Sometimes it's the simplest work that is so effective. All right, place your feet on the floor. Both heels of both hands go to the hip creases of your thighs. So the heels of your hands go into the creases. I want you to press those thighs away, a little bit of an arch of your back, of your lower back. So you're going to feel a little bit of an arch. I'm really pushing those thighs away as much as my hands and the length of my arms allows. Hold that and then do a slight attempt at a tuck. Again, it's going to be isometric work. You might tuck a little bit, but if you're holding those legs away from you, you're not going to tuck. What we're creating here is some space in the hip joints. Good. Breathe as you attempt the tuck of the pelvis while isolating it, right? We're just creating some space, especially in the SI joints, in the hip joint itself. Breathe and release and just see how that feels. It's like, whoo-hoo. All right. It's exactly what you thought, right? The hoo-hoo part. All right. Grab your strap, everybody. Take it around your right leg. We'll get moving more, I promise. Sometimes it's really important to do this slow work. Your right leg up to the ceiling, depending on your right side hamstrings. Either your left foot stays on the floor or the leg straightens. You decide. If you straighten the leg, I want you to arch your lower back and see if you can get the back of your left thigh closer to the floor. Once you find that, then see if you can reduce the arch in the low back. I know that's a little tricky. So if I arch, that left thigh goes a little bit flatter, and then I try to reposition the pelvis so I'm not arching my low back. It's not flat either, there's space. I want you to hold here for a moment. You do have your strap in a loop. If you want, you can take the hands inside that loop and take the arms overhead. So I'm just kind of softly interlacing my hands. The strap is around the ball mound of my right foot and around the wrist of my hands. Ooh, soften, breathe. You can do the same move with your left foot on the floor. Find your breath. Good. Listen up, everybody. Leave your left hand in your strap or holding your strap. Take the right heel of your hand to the right thigh and push that right thigh away. Again, it's isometric work. Big deep breath. That heel of the hand is way up high at the hip joint. It's not anywhere near your knee. Breathe and release. Whoo. Just let that leg go straight all the way down. Feel one leg to the other leg. And then bend both knees, both feet on the floor. Loop your left foot. Take that left leg up to the ceiling. You're holding on to the strap. Straighten the right leg. That is optional. And then an arch of the lower back to level out that right thigh. And then a repositioning of the pelvis so that you are not overarching in the low back. You can always bend your right knee, by the way, or left knee, but ideally, if your left knee has to bend, your right foot should be on the floor. All right, hold here for a moment. Try to soften. Nice deep breath. And then take your hands inside that loop. Maybe that goes overhead. Breathe. Notice. It's a big stretch, everybody. I know. Good. And then leave just your right hand inside. Take your left hand to the upper thigh and just isometrically push that thigh away and breathe. Good. One more breath, one more breath. And release your strap. Woo, straighten that leg all the way to the floor. Set your strap aside for now. Before we get up, I want both legs straight, both legs hips width apart. Your feet are flexed. And then squeeze the heck out of your glutes as if you could lift yourself off the floor. Take the arms back to robot arms. Press the shoulders. Breathe. So you're feeling your heels, your glutes, your shoulders, back of your head on the floor. Most everything else is somewhat lifted. Big deep breath. Keep reaching, keep reaching. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those glutes. And release, everybody. Nice job. Knees to chest, knees to chest. Rock over to one side. And woo, come on up. I know it. Good. Breathe. Roll the shoulders out. Now, sit in a way that makes sense for your body. Sit up on a block, sit up on a blanket. Don't sit with your knees crossed if it hurts. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, one hand down, other one over. And if it gets warm over there, feel free to open a window. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, other side. Inhale up, cactus arms, twist to one side, breathe, don't lower the arms, and center, and twist to the other side. And center, inhale, reach the arms up, exhale all the way down. Good, roll that out. Straighten one leg. If I'm mirroring you all, it would be your right leg. It's up to you. You can use one of your blocks underneath your bent knee. Again, that is optional, but especially if your knee tends to be high up, please go ahead and cushion that so that your inner groin isn't working that hard. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, forward fold. Once you find that first forward fold, I want you to draw the shoulders away from each other and then isometrically drag those fingers back toward you. What we're trying to do again is to take that rounding out of the upper back. So widen out through the shoulders. In fact, do me a favor, take your fingertips wide and then see if you can get the shoulders to go even wider. The chest moves forward. The head is not leading the way. Try to keep that head in alignment. Big deep breath. And then if it's your right leg straight, I want you to take the opposite arm or your left arm to the outside of your right foot or your right shin. So you're doing opposite hand to foot. Breathe. Take that same side hand, your right hand, and just reach it back behind you. Easy does it. This is a forward fold and a twist. So you never go to really deep pose here. Just watch your spine. See if the chest will move to the right. Yeah, nice, Kristen. Deep breath. Release both hands forward, straighten up your spine. Come on up, roll the shoulders back. Release that leg, shake it out, and go to the other side. Open up the shoulders, inhale, reach up. It's a swan dive forward. Resist the urge to go as far as you possibly can. Notice the hamstrings. Notice your foot. Is it straight? Is it sideways? Is it active? Maybe come to fingertips, maybe go wider, and then draw the shoulders down. It's almost as if someone had a string from the center of your chest bone, your sternum, if it had a string there and it was moving it toward that big toe, right? It's a nice straight line, less about folding forward more about nice alignment for your spine. Deep breath. And then take that opposite hand. It either goes to the outside of your foot or your shin, anywhere in between. Nice length of the spine, and then take that hand back and look to that side. Breathe. Hand to the floor, back hand to the floor. Breathe. And bring it center, square that spine. Come on up, straighten both legs. Almost done with our floor work. Flex your feet and draw the hands to your side, Standasana. Again, shoulders up, chest up, belly tones in. Either keep these hands where they are or take them back behind you, fingers turn backwards, and lift a little bit more. Whew. Leave one hand down, take the other arm up, but keep everything square if you can. Fire up the legs, don't forget they're there. And release to the other side. Lift, breathe, and release. One, you're here, really lift and open up chest. Or two, interlace the hands. Press the knuckles to the floor. Big opening for the upper body, upper chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And release that, shake that out. Well done, everybody. Shake out the legs. Let's come to table pose. Feel free, take a moment to cushion the knees. If you have blocks, take the blocks toward the front of your mat. We're going to need our strap when we get to standing, but not right at the moment. So you got both blocks toward the front of your mat. Pause there. Plant the hands. Your knees are right underneath your hips. Come to a neutral spine to start. And then imagine you're wrapping your arms around something. So the shoulders externally rotate, the belly is toned in, and then come into just a gentle cow. So the tailbone rises, the head rises, cow pose. Feel that. And then start to tuck the tailbone, draw the low belly in. Come to more neutral and pull the low ribs in. So I'm not asking you to go to a full cat. Head is now neutral. You're looking at your mat. Breathe, but the low ribs tuck in. Tailbone is tucked in. And then release it to a very gentle cow. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone, feel the low belly engage, and then just pull the low ribs in. So not a big rounding here. Good. One more. Release. And then exhale, low belly, and then ribs. Come back to neutral. Tuck your toes under. Come to downward facing dog. Good. Just pedal out your feet. Pedal it out. Take your feet a little wider, maybe almost to the edges of your yoga mat. And then bend the knees a little. Arch your back to lift your sit bones. So a lot of stuff going on, right? The sit bones are lifting up. Got a little more of an arch of the low back than we should. You should feel your low ribs popping out the bottom there, right? They're really arching. So keep the knees bent, but tuck the pelvis. Draw the low belly in, then draw the ribs in. I know this is going to feel funny. And then straighten the knees, let the heels lower. Draw the low ribs in. One of the challenges in down dog is we let those low floating ribs float down toward the floor, and we strain through the back. Nice flat back, belly's tucked in. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, lower down to your knees, everybody, and release off those wrists. Shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. Good. Is that making sense? I hope for everybody, right? It's these babies down here, the low ribs. And when we back bend, we'll tend to way reach those out. If we can soften them in first, and then play with the ideas that of that integrity with the spine. All right, so back to table pose, just long enough to bring your right foot forward, bring your blocks into play. Have one strap nearby. Starting in a nice little lunge, easy stuff. I know it's so easy so far this today. So she says. Squeeze the back glute. Feel the stretch along the front. Find your breath. Uncurl your front toes. Take your hands to your knee. Here we are again. It's the same pattern over and over again, right? Here I am in my lower back because all this is just kind of hanging out. So what do? Pubic bone to belly button, low ribs in. Feel how that increases your stretch. There's a slight tuck here. Your right hand stays on the knee, the left arm goes up. And breathe. Soften the ribs in, but lift the chest. That's it. Find your breath, everybody. Maybe the top of your back foot is pressing in. Maybe the top of your back foot is straight back instead of curled in toward the middle. Good. Slight tuck. It's almost isometric. The ribs soften in. The torso moves away from the front knee. And release. Whew. Good. Press both hips back. Switch sides. Starting in just your normal, everyday low lunge, right? So when we're not using the muscles to support the pose, we can just hang out, right? Literally hang out. And when we hang out in the joints for too long, we can really affect the joints in not a good way. So find that, just for a second, and then take your hands to your knee. Engage the back glute. Start to tuck the pubic bone up. Pull the ribs in. Ooh. Does that change your whole pose, right? Yeah, no, maybe, don't know. Breathe. Is it just me? Leave your left hand where it is. Take the right arm up. And then play, right? The shoulders are square. The low belly squeezes in. The low ribs squeeze in. Woo, yeah. Find your breath. And release. Hands down. Both hips set back. Bring the right foot forward again. Grab your strap. Now it's in a loop. It should be wide enough for everybody. If it isn't, I hate for you to take the loop out. So work it out. You'll work it out. Now, either your low lunge or your high lunge this time, right? Takes more stability to get to that high lunge. We're squeezing the glute. Take your hands to your knee. We're right where we were before, except the knee's lifted. Back foot straight ahead. Low belly tucks in, the ribs tuck in. Back glute active. Take the strap overhead and breathe. 1, you're here. That's plenty enough for you. 2, bend the elbows, squeeze that strap back. Inhale, find your balance. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, squeeze. Notice if you're losing your pose. 4. Exhale. Last one, take it up. Exhale. Listen up, take it up, hold. Only if you want, imagine you could get that strap higher up. And then take it back a little bit to let the low ribs reach out to come into a slight back bend. And then fully release all the way down. Ooh, lower the knee if it was not. Bring both hips back. Switch sides. Starting low lunge or high lunge, you're still going to need your strap. You can grab your strap. You can even, sometimes it's easy just to put it around the shoulders until you get where you're going. Nice solid lunge, back leg active, hands come to your knee. The ribs pull in, tailbone reaches up. Listen up. Take the strap up and then take it forward. Pull that strap apart. Find your breath. Solid lunge here, everybody. Pull the strap apart and then squeeze it back to your chest and reach it out. Good. Pull it back. And out. 3 more. Breathe. And 4. Squeeze. And 5. Squeeze it. Take it forward. Take it up. Turn the palms toward each other. Lift the chest. Maybe look up a little. Careful here. Balance work. And release it. Set your strap aside. Woo! Take your hands to your blocks. Push off and step forward. Chill here for a moment. Forward fold. Find your breath. See if you can find the middle space of the feet. And then bend the knees and come on up to standing. Oh, shake that out. All right, so if your blanket's on your mat, you can move it off your mat for now. You can move everything off your mat for now. Grab your strap. And I just realized, take your strap out of your loop. That's for later. I have so many things I want to do today. All right, so you got a nice long strap, right? Take it behind your back, right below your shoulder blades. It's right like that. And then you're going to take one strap over that same side shoulder, take the other side over that shoulder, like you're putting on a backpack, and take out any twists in your strap. So it's just hanging. And then if you can, I just want you to grab your strap, same side, and give it a little nudge. Now, the strap needs to be on that outer part of the shoulder, not up by your neck. Pull down and then pull out. Mountain pose. Take a deep breath. Good, breathe. If you are getting tingling or funky, weird feelings down your arms or hands, you're pulling too tight, okay? Don't cut anything off. Keep it out at the bone here, not in the neck. Nice job, everybody. And then turn sideways on your mat and take your feet wide. Turn your toes out. So you're pulling down on your strap. You're pulling out on your strap diagonally. Don't over pull, Brittany. don't muscle it. Look at your feet. Look at your knees. Bend your knees. Think goddess pose. Okay. Knees are out to the sides. Now zip up the tight pair of jeans, right? Pubic bone to belly button. Lift the chest, but soften the lower ribs. Find your breath. Inhale, straighten the legs. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Now you can go lower if your body allows. Exhale. Good. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Hold. You know I was going to hold, didn't you? Draw the shoulders down. Pull the strap out to the side a little bit. Press the knees out. Tone the pubic bone up to belly button. Notice your posture right here, right? Notice what's going on with the shoulders, with the chest, with the spine. Draw the head back in space. And stand all the way up. Good. Heel toe those feet in. Hang on to that strap. Find your breath. Your feet are hips width apart. Your arms are back in robot. Pull the shoulders down. Inhale here, exhale, squat. Now, when you squat, just be mindful. Try to keep those knees back away from the top of the toes. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Good, two more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. If you can hold, this time I want you to bend the elbows and lift the hands and breathe. So those straps are just kind of going under your armpits. Find your breath, tuck your tailbone. Find your breath. Lower if you want. And stand up. Woo! And let that strap go. Find your breath, shake it out. Somebody just chatted with me, and I hope it wasn't important because I don't want to go to the computer. So if it was really important, unmute and tell me what's going on. All right, take that strap, standing up nice and tall. If your strap's really long, you can probably double it. Feet are hips width apart. They're solid. Exhale, just bring it, the strap behind you. Inhale up, take it forward and pull it back. Forward, up, back, up, forward, pull, and then hold it up. Now we're going to do that 3 more times. If you want to add a squat to that baby, here's your opportunity. So you're sitting down, breathe, taking it back behind, up, forward, pull, forward, and back. And forward. It's gotten warm in here. And forward, we got one left. Squeeze. And forward. Woo! And stand up. And release that strap. Good. Now go ahead and put it in a loop, just so we don't have to do it later. Always feel free. Take a drink of water. Take a break. My friend Mihal said, don't go too hard today. I tried. All right, you're back to the front of your mat, everybody. Open up the shoulders. Let the hands come down to your sides and just give them a good shake. Close your eyes for a moment. Think about the reading that I did this morning. So take your hands and close them up into fists. Mindful of your hands, your knuckles, your whatever's going on, tight or not tight here, just squeeze. And imagine, right, if this is how you walked through the world, fist tight, body tight, right? And as the poem from Rumi says, if you were like this all the time, that would mean you were paralyzed. You could not release. And then start to open, start to soften, start to shake the hands. And then let the hands be still. Fingers are open. And notice the less tension there. And then take those same hands, eyes are still closed if it's okay with you, and flare out the fingers. Again, be mindful, don't hurt anything. Like really extend them out. And feel that. That is not a way to live either, right? It's fully extended. If it was like this all the time, we'd be paralyzed. So there is a middle space, shake those fingers again, between fully contracting and fully expanding, finding the middle way. Open the eyes, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold right to your block. Step back, right leg, adjust the block so they're pretty much underneath your shoulders. Your right knee can be down on the floor or it can be straight. Leave your right hand where it is. Take the left arm up and open up your chest. Good. Now here, I want you to Feel the tailbone slightly tuck or pubic bone toward belly slightly. Feel the low floaty ribs draw in just a little bit. And then imagine somebody has your fingertips and is pulling the fingertips up a little higher. But don't flare the hands. Yeah, right? Soften those babies down a little bit, but feel the chest open instead. Exhale, hand down to the block. Straighten the front leg to your level. Does not have to be straight. Draw the left hip back, the right hip forward, level out the pelvis, tone in through the lower belly. Find your breath. Bend your front knee, walk those blocks forward a little bit, push off your back leg and step forward. Bend both knees. Inhale, take it up. Exhale to your heart. Roll the shoulders. Find your breath. Is there a middle way? Let go of those hands, shake them. There was an article that said as simple as shaking the hands, letting that shake go up the arms is a way to release stress in the body. Kind of interesting. All right, take it up. Exhale all the way down. Soften the knees, step back, left leg. Finding that lunge, move the blocks back as needed. You can take the left knee to the floor, level out your hips, everybody. Left hand stays where it is, right arm reaches up. Imagine that you got taller away from that hand that's on the block, right? Lift out of the pose here. Soften the ribs in, particularly the right side lower ribs. Soften them in. Engage the back leg, back glutes. Let the fingertips lift a little higher up toward the ceiling without flaring those hands out. Exhale, hand comes back down to your block. Straighten the front leg. Maybe that right hip has to come back just a little. Maybe the left hip has to come forward. But see if you can keep the hips level so that the left hip isn't just dropping down to the floor. Deep breath, soft shoulders. Bend your front knee, walk those blocks forward. Push off, step forward. Bend both knees. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. Shake that out. Grab your strap. Just let it go around your shoulders for now, around your neck. So it's easy to get to when we're ready. You got a long strap there, Betty. Mountain pose. Tight fists, flared fingers, middle space. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, everybody. Oh. Right, forward fold just feels so good. The sit bones rise up, the low belly tucks in. Press up and come halfway up, halfway up. Exhale it down. Bend the knees, step back, right leg. Make sure your pose is wide enough. It should be at least hips width apart. Find a solid lunge here. Your right knee can be on the floor. So whether your knee is up or down, take your hands to your left knee, press up. Make sure you're solid as I wobble around here. The hips are even, the low belly is toned in, the chest is lifted. Grab your strap and take it behind you. I want your finger or your palms to be face in, which is going to be tricky. You just got to kind of hold that strap on your hips, turn your hands around, and then press back. Not asking you to lift the arms, just press the shoulders back. Breathe. Don't over pull that strap apart. Just a little bit of tension here. Draw the ribs in, lift the chest, maybe lift the gaze, and breathe. Release that strap, take it forward. Turn those palms out as you lift up. And breathe. Engage the upper back. Find that lunge. Listen up. Take that strap to your hip. Right there, like tuck it in. Drop your back heel straight in your front. Keep pressing, especially on the left side. I know this is big time balance. Take the torso forward. Just hold on to that strap with your leg and hip and drop your hands to your blocks. Deep breath, everybody. Long pyramid pose here. Bend your front knee. Step forward. Grab your strap. Take it back around your neck. And hold. How we doing out here, everybody? We good? We good? All right. Just feel, right? Feel your body. Feel this extension. When we were on the floor pushing here, right? We're doing this with the thighs. We're creating space here. And I got to get moving. Look at the time. All right, second side. Here we go. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Just breathe. Inhale, halfway up, lift up. Exhale, let it go. Soften the knees, step back, left leg, lunge, high lunge, low lunge. Your choice here, everyone. Find the width of that lunge so that you feel stable. Engage your left glute. Take your hands to your knee. Lift your chest. Open the shoulders. How's this pose feel on this side? How tight are you here, right? Where's your pose? Grab your strap. Take it behind you. This time the palms are face out. Here's the challenge, right? When the palms are face in, it's easy to get the heads of the shoulders back. When the palms are face out, there's a tendency to roll in to press out. So press the shoulder blades together. Press the strap away from you like you're trying to touch a wall behind you. So it's not a lift, it's a press back. Fire up the back leg, bend the front knee, lift. Maybe take the gaze up. You got it. Listen up, grab your strap, take it forward. Take it all the way up. This time, turn the palms in. Breathe. You got it. Take that strap to your hip crease. Tuck that baby in. Straighten your front leg. You might just hang out right here. Otherwise, use the strap. Push those hips back as you take your torso forward. Whew. Breathe. Go as long or as low as you would like, and then let your hands go and take your hands to your blocks. Deep breath, everybody. Bend your front knee, walk those blocks forward. Step forward, bend the knees. Come on up. Woo-hoo. Smile. Roll your shoulders. Find your breath. Wow, it got kind of dark over here. That's funny. Here. All right, last one here. You're just going to take the strap right at that hip crease, right? When you bend your knee, there's your hip crease. All you're going to do is pull back strongly and then take the torso halfway. Keep the knees with a slight bend to it so that you don't hyperextend. The strap's going straight back and deep. Breathe. Only if you want, depending on your body, you can lower the torso, but no rounding. Find your breath. Keep pressing straight back at the hip crease. And then bend your knees. Come on up. Woo, Lordy. Set that strap aside. And just grab one block. Take it between your thighs. Give the block a good squeeze. Walk the feet in. Find your breath. Y'all missed me, didn't you? Shake out the hands. Good. All right. Release your block. You can set the block off to your side. You are going to need both straps. We're coming down to the floor. I know you're happy to hear that. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, forward fold your level. Bend the knees, step back, downward facing dog. Just pedal out. We're hanging here for a little bit. So engage upper arms, engage upper back, latissimus dorsi. The knees can be soft. The sit bones rise up, but then the low belly tones in, the ribs tone in. Breathe, press into the pads of the ends of your fingers. And then inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, lower your knees to the floor. Release fully. Just come to a seat because it's going to take us just a little bit of a setup. Now, if you would like a little something under your head, please don't make it big. Your upper back should be much more open. You're going to need both of your straps. Take the strap that has your loop. Okay, your longer strap. Make sure your strap is fairly big to start. It is going to depend on your height. And here's what we're going to do. If I can get it right. Take the strap on your left foot and then just put that foot to the floor. Take your right foot and step it through. I know it's going to seem funky at first. So you want the end, your buckle end to the outside of your right hip. Your strap is at the right hip crease. Your left one is hooked around your foot. You're going to lay down. What does this mean? Your right leg, your right knee goes to your chest. You're going to adjust your strap in a second. Right knee goes to chest. The strap is around the hip crease of your right leg. Begin to straighten your left leg. You should start to feel some tension there. Keep your right knee bent and then tighten your strap so that there's a decent amount of tension around your right hip crease. Your left leg is extended. You could play a guitar on that strap. There's good tension there, right? And then grab your other strap if you have it. If you don't have it, you can do this against a wall, but I'm not going to demo that. If you don't have a second strap, I want you to take your hands behind your knee and extend your right leg up. If you do have a second strap, take that second strap around your right foot and take it up. So all you're doing is how we started, but now you're creating space between in that right hip joint by creating tension or traction, using your left foot to create traction traction around that right hip. I hope that makes sense for you. It's harder to explain than to do. Your straps around your right foot. Draw the elbows down toward the floor. So let the strap, if you've got the room, close your eyes and breathe. How much tension you create there is up to you. Be particularly mindful if you have a hip replacement about how much tension you're putting there. But otherwise, I just want you to breathe. Keep the tension on that left foot. And then grab the strap with your right hand. Left hand goes to the front of your left hip. Take the right leg out to the side a little bit. Try to keep your hips somewhat level. And breathe. Keeping that tension, finding your breath. Inhale the leg to center. Grab the strap with your left hand. Keep the tension. Take the right leg across the left, but not very far. Maybe just outside the left shoulder. Keep the tension on the strap, everybody. Find your breath. Take it to center. Bend your right knee. Release the second strap. Either grab your shin or your foot for half happy baby. Don't overdo it. If the tension on your strap is too tight, either lessen the strap or just bend the left knee a little bit. That'll soften it. Breathe. And release it. Whew. Good. You're gonna switch sides. For some, the easiest thing to do is just take your foot into the other one. For me, I want my buckle on the outside of my left thigh, so I'm gonna just do that. So take a moment. I know when we do the strap work, it can be tricky. The strap is going across the top of your left hip crease. It is on your right foot. And then just bring your knee to your chest, your left knee to your chest. Right there, you should feel that tension. One side might be different than the other, so feel free to adjust your strap. Once you feel that tension, you can take your hands or your strap on the left leg, left foot, or behind your right knee and take that up. Your right leg is active, your right foot is flexed, your right thigh is moving down toward the floor. You can take those hands long on the strap so that your shoulders are back to the floor. Just breathe. That's it. Soften, soften, everybody. And then strap in the left hand, take the left leg out to the side. Try to keep that right hip down. And then move the leg to center. Grab the strap with your right hand. Take it across. Keep the tension on the long strap. Big deep breath, everybody. Take it to center. Bend your left knee. You can release that strap or hang on to it. Find yourself in half happy baby. It's kind of a weird one. Can always bend the right knee a little bit to make that easier. And release. Ooh. Keep that looped strap around you and just lengthen it out again if you tightened it up, and just let it be for a second. Just set it down. Take the strap and place it on underneath your sacrum. so that when you lay on the strap, it is across your hips, going nowhere, and um, just nice and solid right across the hips, nowhere near your low back, which is what I was trying to get to. If you can, make your buckle accessible so that you can adjust your strap longer or shorter. And this will not work for everybody. You're going to take one foot in the strap, the other foot in your strap, straighten both legs up so that the strap is going from your sacrum to your feet. Now, your feet are going to crisscross, and that's no big deal. If that hurts, just take one foot out and keep one foot in. But again, we're creating tension, creating traction. Press down through. You can probably let your strap go. Press down through the sacrum. Find neutral with your spine. Notice your ribs are nice and soft. Your hands are down on the floor. Just breathe, everybody. If this hurts your feet, either take one or both feet out and just don't worry about it. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Allow your palms to go face up. Allow your fingers to be soft. Notice the shoulders down at your floor. Just breathe. Take one foot out. Lower that foot down to the floor. Bend your knee, take your other foot out, both feet to the floor for just a second. Final option here for Shavasana is to take that loop still around your sacrum and tighten that baby up so that it is snug around your hips. Please, not your lower back. Your buckle should be in the soft part of your belly. This is just, especially if you have low back stuff or SI joint stuff, this is just a wonderful thing. It is snugging the hips towards center. It should feel good. Another option with this, which I have heard is very confusing when I say it online, is once you've snugged up your hips, you take the tail of that strap and go around the back side of your legs and then around the front. And then you just tuck it in anywhere. You can, if you have a really long strap, you can go around twice. So not only are you snugging up your shoulders, but you're snugging up your hips, but also your legs. You've just contained them. And then straighten your legs. If you straighten your legs and it's a little too tight, loosen it up a little bit. And then close your eyes. Okay. And find Shavasana. Please make sure the strap is not on your low back anywhere. It should be below those hip points. The palms are face up. The shoulders are down. The legs are contained but soft. And we breathe. And we notice in our bodies and in our yoga practice that we continue to try to find the middle way. We are where we are not too tight, but we are not too loose. We are mobile and flexible and strong all at the same time. If you have the strap around you and it's just not your idea of Shavasana, please just take it off. No big deal. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Soften even more. If you would like to stay in Shavasana a whole lot longer, please do. You are ready. I want you to carefully bend your knees, especially if you have wrapped the strap around. And then undo the legs. Bring the soles of the feet together and just let the knees float out to the side just for a second here. And then draw the knees back together. Find your buckle and loosen the strap around your hips. And take the strap out as you bring your knees to your chest. Take a moment here to cross one knee on top of the other. Bring both knees in. Just releasing that hip and back. And then release and switch sides. Bring the other knee on top. Draw both knees to your chest. Soft feet. Undo the knees. Roll over to one side. Curl up in fetal pose. And then as you're ready, press all the way up. Stop. Take the shoulders to your ears, roll them back and down, and then inhale the arms up. Exhale them to your heart. Bow to your own inner strength and flexibility, your own middle way. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Thank you, everybody.
Namaste.
Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.
Mm-hmm.